Welcome to another exciting episode of CEC Nexus Chronicles Inspiring the Next Gen, where we celebrate our Canara Engineering College alumni who has transformed their campus beginning into stories of innovation and impact. Today, we are joined by Ankitha Acharya, a trailblazing senior software engineer whose career journey spans across several multiple tech giants such as Flintech Solutions, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, PayPal, JP Morgan Chase, and right now, Microsoft. A proud 2014 graduate from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Canara Engineering College, Ankitha has built an inspiring career rooted in passion, perseverance, and technical excellence. From mastering full stack development and cloud technology to mentoring teams and driving impactful solutions, Ankitha's journey reflects perfect blend of skill, leadership, and continuous learning. So, hi Ankitha, it's lovely to have you here with us today. I'm so excited. One of very few alumni who have such a huge profile in a very short span, like a decade you've had, which we'll tell you, a lot of high profile companies in your kitty. So now, without much ado, we'll directly dig into what was your journey through and through in all these milestones of your growth, right? So the first question we want to throw at you is, in a field as structured as software engineering, which pretty much people think is only computer and the person. So how important are creativity and curiosity, right? That is one aspect. Then comes additionally, since you are in a leadership role, how do you balance collaboration, communication and leadership and make sure you're hands-on with technology time and again?
Okay, so to begin with, I'm very much hands-on with coding. So usually there are some few companies which have this mandate that a developer is supposed to push these many number of commits in a day, and that helps you keep you hands-on with whatever work that you're doing. So when I just started off, right now I'm with Microsoft. So I'm very much new to the tech, also the domain that I'm going to work in. What I do is, usually we have these days of learning, or apart from that, what I usually do is, when I am done with my job, I usually tend to go back and study. Every day, I tend to learn something out of the work that I do. That is a milestone that I keep. So usually you have these scrum calls and all, like on a day-to-day basis, wherein you're supposed to tell how much work you have done. But I make it a mandate to myself that I need to go back and learn something with the work that I'm doing, or apart from the work that I'm doing. That is the curiosity that I have. Also for the collaboration, usually the team that I work in, we are geologically distributed. There are few members sitting in UK, few of them sitting in US. Usually we have a one-on-one conversation on a daily basis, or like a weekly basis we have. And the initiative that I'm working in right now, that is basically the initiative that was there from Microsoft, which was an open source initiative.
Mm-hmm.
But right now they are going to go ahead and make it more closed source, and they want to basically have it built in with the Azure. So in the Azure cloud, I'm not sure if I'm going very technical.
No. It's actually interesting.
So when so there is Azure cloud. So whenever you go ahead and deploy your application, I work on the fuzzing platform. So basically, it's like you go ahead and test your application. Basically, you go ahead and try to break the application in n number of ways possible, and that's the application that I'm working on right now. So they're trying to bring about a lot more enhancements to it, and basically improve that application. So that is where I'm working on. And right now I work with 5 different team members. So each one is very new to this.
Okay.
So I am responsible for guiding them as to like how exactly a particular initiative has to be driven. So that is where I'm more focused on. So with leading the team, I am also supposed to be hands-on with the work that I'm doing, and also give them guidance that, okay, this is the way that you need to take, and this is how you need to work through the problem that is coming towards you. So that's how I'm doing it right now. But yeah, it's still going. It's in that learning phase that I'm there at Microsoft right now.
So you're learning, delegating,
Yes.
also hands-on
Yes.
to understand how they work,
Correct.
what work has to be done. Oh, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like you're learning and immediately implementing it.
Yes. So when you do that, you actually do not tend to forget anything that you're doing.
That's true. That's true.
So if anybody throws a question at me on the work that I'm doing, I know that, okay, I know this.
Yeah.
You can ask me anything.
It's as easy as we telling children, whatever lecture is done in the class that day, just go and try to practice it once.
Yes.
Then you don't have to worry till your internals because
Exactly.
it's already in your brain,
Correct.
which children don't do. I'm sure they will not do. Congrats to you. Yeah, right. Okay, learn from something that our alumni has just told. Okay. The next question. Not just students, even I'm curious about your role at PayPal. So we know
Mhm.
you started from several companies,
Mhm.
but your first boom was PayPal.
Mhm.
And that sound itself is makes you so excited. So we have more. Okay. So first one is PayPal. So
Okay.
could you share us a roadmap or guide set of skill sets that my children have to learn
Mhm.
to land a profile that you worked in PayPal? You could just tell what profile it was and what
Okay.
skills or what kind of projects you did. And if children want to pursue that, how they should groom themselves.
Okay. So when I was in HP prior to that, and then I moved on to PayPal. I was particularly working on PayPal ads and the PayPal assistant. On PayPal assistant, that was mainly towards conversational AI that I was working towards. So that was the initial years when AI was a thing. So that's the time when I started off.
Can you just tell the year?
That was, I think, 2021 that I
Okay.
went into PayPal. So conversational AI, and I was like, oh, what's that? And then I got a chance to work on it. And I worked on it for about, I think, a year. That was on PayPal Assistant. And after that, I moved on to PayPal Ads. So when I moved on to PayPal Ads, it was a new initiative from PayPal. And there I got a chance to actually bring the entire product, basically structure the APIs that are required, write those APIs, and also talk to the product owners, get the requirements, and then get the work done, deploy it on production environments, and then show it to the leadership. So that was like a huge thing for me.
Awesome, right?
Yeah. It was actually a collaboration of PayPal and Google for bringing up PayPal ads. So that is the initiative that I worked on in PayPal.
What's interesting is you have a client interaction,
Yes.
then you have your project phase, and then you're presenting it to the leadership, and then making sure it's actually getting deployed and implemented.
Yes.
Full circle.
And it's actually live also on PayPal. PayPal
Awesome.
ads is actually live. So that's one initiative that I'm really, really proud of.
You see, now when you still get excited, I did it.
Yes. So when I wanted to get into PayPal, it required some amount of preparation. To be very precise, when I was interviewing for multiple companies, it was basically, I think, around 4 to 6 months of preparation. So basically, I started off first with the data structures. To be very basic, probably from list, arrays, that is what I started off with. And then I went on to advanced data structures during those times, basically like trees. That is the max that I went up to when I was actually studying for PayPal. And I had to go through, I think, 5 rounds of interview all on the same day. And it was
crazy.
It was really stressful.
Yeah.
And you're constantly under the pressure that, okay, am I going to get a call, the next call or not? Am I going to get the next round or not? But that happened, and it happened everything on the same day, and I was through. But then I had to wait for 2 long months.
For an actual confirmation?
Yes, for the confirmation.
My God, they killed you for 1 year and then they to announce that you are actually selected?
Yes.
And did they tell you anything at the end of the day?
So by the end of the day, I was like, you're through, because I did the hiring manager round, and the hiring manager was like, I need you in my team. Okay. And it was all good. And then after 2 months, I get the confirmation that, okay, you are through. And I need the offer letter as well, right? I don't have the offer letter in my hand, and just the hiring manager's word that you are in.
Yeah.
So
painful 2 months.
Yes. it's like constantly waiting, like, okay, what's coming up?
How many times did you used to check your email to see whether you received
Every day I'm like, okay, I'm just refreshing, just checking that whether it's there or not.
spam,
Yeah,
trash,
all the places check it, and then I was like, finally I get a call from the HR that, okay, you're through. And
Lovely.
it was really fruitful going into PayPal, because like HP was a product company. Like I started off with the product company itself, but then when I moved on to PayPal, I got to know about the scale of customers that are actually using the application.
Yeah, I right.
And if you write one line of code wrong, how it can go ahead and impact. So let's say if there is any production bug or something, touch wood, there were none of them during my times though, because I worked in the initial phase when
Early
there
phase
was
of the
on the development. So there were none. But if something goes wrong, it's a major thing. So whenever you raise a pull request, you have to be mindful of what are the different ways how it can go wrong. And only then
I swear, right?
yeah, and only then that gets approved, and then it goes into the development, and then it goes into the canary phase. So in canary phase also, you have like phased deployment. You have only 10% of the customers using it, and then 20, and then gradually it goes on.
They increase the
Yes, and
intake.
that's how it goes about for any deployment. So I got a chance to learn all of this when I was there in PayPal. So when I moved on to the further companies, it was like, okay, I know this. It was like that. But for the first time, it was very difficult to understand. But once I got to know about how it goes through, it was easy for me.
That's crazy. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like one crazy kind of an interview and then one crazy of work. But you have job satisfaction. You've enjoyed
Yes,
it.
it was really good. I used to work mainly with the US folks back then. So you have so by the time I woke up, I used to open my Slack and check that, okay, my reviewer has put up these many comments. Basically, he will put up a long lengthy comments, and he will also make sure that you understand something out of the PR review comment that is given. So that is one good thing that I had. I learned apart from what the work that I was doing.
Yeah, those are the things that actually create a personality as you grow, right? A professional personality. How you have to, when you go to that position, what are the things you have to be mindful of about your juniors?
Correct.
How you enjoyed, you should give them the similar guidance, right? That's nice. That's nice. Next company, moving to JP Morgan, marked a new phase in your career. Now, what kind of preparation, again, in terms of technology and skill set, did you do? You said PayPal, you prepared for some 5-6 months, and in data structures was the highlight. Now, how about JP Morgan?
So, when I was interviewing for JP Morgan, the work actually excited me. The work was mainly around building an application. Like usually what is told is like when you work on a banking application, these are all legacy. But that's not the case with JP Morgan. They were coming up with a new application, and right now it's live as well. Okay. And I'm very proud to say that I was one of the initial engineers who worked on that particular application. That mainly involved coming up with the APIs, like a hardcore development. You're supposed to come up with at least like 7 commits each day. Okay, 7 commits, and then a one PR request has to be raised probably like within 3 days. You're supposed to raise a pull request, push it onto the development environment, push it onto the testing environment, and then push it directly onto prod.
Crazy deadlines.
So there were like crazy deadlines. You have to be on your toes. And because I was like so much hands-on with the work that I was doing, mainly I was working on AWS back then. So since I had experience on cloud, I got a chance to work on AWS. And since it was a new application, I am the whole and sole owner of it.
Correct.
Point me to the line where this is working. I can tell you that,
because you are the one who did all the...
Yes. And it all started with how you start with the, like when I started off with that particular application, it was just 10 days old. So you can imagine the number of lines of code that is going to be there in that application. You are the whole and sole owner. You get to design the APIs. Everything. So if anything goes wrong, your head is going to be shot. That's how it's going to be.
They know the single point of contact.
Yes. And you have to be responsible for whatever line of code that is going to get pushed into the repo. So you have to be very mindful of what goes in. And if something comes back telling that, okay, why this is not working, why that is not working, you have to be mindful enough to tell that, okay, why did I write that particular line
You
of
have to
code?
justify your work.
Yes, you have to do that. And you have to face all the leadership and tell that, okay, when there is a demo that's going on, you have to be very mindful of it, that, okay, what did you actually go ahead and do in this particular span of time? So you have to be very clear about that, okay, this is what I have done and this is the outcome of it. So any work that goes in has to have an outcome. So, and basically for JP Morgan, what I prepared mainly was system design. So as you grow up in the ladder, what I've noticed is, along with problem solving, you have to be very thorough with system design. So when you are hands on with system design, that's when you like probably get to answer those questions tactfully in a particular interview per se. And since I had worked on a project that started from scratch, that helped me to answer any question. So you give me a problem statement, I am confident enough that, okay, I will be able to design a system, maybe not 100%, but
yeah.
70% at least, I can make sure that I can do that. So that is where it helped me.
Crazy, huh? Wow. Really. That's awesome. Yeah, now I'm more curious. So now you're at Microsoft.
Yes.
Right? PayPal, JP Morgan, Microsoft. Now, that was DSA. This is system design. What is that my children have to do if they have to get in? Especially, we all have this thing in the mind that Microsoft usually has a lot of its own certification that runs on the show. Is it mandatory that children take up those certifications or collect the badges, or what's the way forward for them to be prepared if they're aspiring to join Microsoft as a student directly to Microsoft? It's a big leap. Now, for you, it's been a journey, going there.
Yes.
For children aspiring that height, what is that they should be thorough with if they want to enter Microsoft?
So it's mainly problem solving skills and DSA and the system design. So Microsoft mainly focuses on the way you approach the problem. Probably you may not come up with a solution by the end of it. They're okay with it. They just want to check how exactly you approach that particular problem.
Wow.
So
That's interesting.
Yes. So if you do not have a solution, that's fine. So whenever you are in an interview, that is one thing that I got to know when I interviewed for Microsoft, because I had interviewed for Microsoft before as well. And by then I was thinking that, okay, they are only looking for a solution, which is not the case. They're only looking for the approach, the thinking that you have. So
children.
So if you have that, you are definitely going to crack that particular interview. So for Microsoft, I actually had to go through 7 rounds of interview. Okay.
My gosh.
Yeah.
For JP Morgan, sorry, we go back. First PayPal was 5 rounds.
Yes.
JP Morgan, how many?
It was 5 rounds.
5 rounds. Okay. Now
so I was expecting the same for Microsoft as well. And 2025, the year wherein there are a lot of changes that are happening within the market.
Yes.
So and the questions are also pretty difficult, I would say. You will not be able to find those, probably the questions that are there that are asked in interview or per se
any platform or open source,
anywhere you will not be able. Those are some different questions. So if you have those skills and if you have hold on that, then only you will be able to answer it.
What were the 7 rounds, just for curiosity?
So there were 4 rounds of problem solving.
Oh my God.
Yes, there were 4 rounds of problem solving. And after that, there were 3 rounds. The last one being the hiring manager, who ended up asking me to design a system again.
Lord.
And the last 3 rounds, it mainly focused on system design. And the last round was a hiring manager and a system design
combination.
Yeah, it was a combination of that.
In between those 2 rounds?
That was system design.
System design.
System design.
So 4 rounds of problem solving and 3 rounds of system design.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And you have to make sure that you don't lose your confidence, because the questions that are going to be thrown out to you are going to be on scale, efficiency, reliability. How is it going to be available? Not many things. So you have to be very confident on the solution you are going to present to them. You can always go and work on it, or you can say that, okay, these are something which are open-ended and I I can improve it in this way is something that you can tell. So that's how you show that, okay, you're thinking about this problem. You have a solution in mind, but probably you do not know the right way how to
Do it.
Yeah.
Right now.
So right now you do not know it, but you know that, okay, you're aware of this particular problem. So that is what I got to know. And the system design rounds were like totally amazing because I had not seen that question anywhere when I gave my interview.
So the hunger or the creator or the innovator in you became so excited, like a kid in a candy shop. So you enjoyed your all the three design
Yes.
system design rounds.
System design round, it was really amazing because I interacted with the manager who actually interviewed me, and he came up to me like, "You are Ankitha, right?" I was like, "Yes." So like, okay. He had asked me a question which was not present, and I knew that by the end of the interview that I really nailed that particular round. I knew that I'm going to be there in the next round. So.
So he
That was
remembered.
The confidence. Yeah.
You etched a mark in his brain.
Yes.
So he remembered and came back to you. Wow. Any of them were online or all of them were offline?
So there's a thing right now. So right now they take probably like the 6 rounds. They'll take you through the online. Okay. And then the last round they ask you to come and basically they have a room
set up.
Okay. And they give you a whiteboard and they ask you to design a system. So it's a crazy thing. So when you're behind a screen and you're designing it, so you're well aware that, okay, this is going to be here. When you're given a pen and a whiteboard, you are supposed to like, okay, I need to think now.
Yeah, because you're comfortable with the system.
Yes.
Suddenly you go into teacher mode where you're actually putting it out.
How do I actually do it? So they like, take a pause, go back, think. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's generous.
Yes, they are very generous about it.
Wow.
So Microsoft basically thinks that trust is the foremost thing that you need to have. Okay.
Wow.
So they tell that, okay, you need to take your time. They have that humanity whenever they're giving you any problem per se. So when I was given that problem, they're like, think through it, and then you come up with a solution. So then you get that confidence. Yeah. Because sometimes what happens is you fumble and then you don't know what to tell.
And then ek ke baad ek lot of galti, and then you get totally
and then
all
you
over
get
the
lost
place. Yeah.
When anything happens.
Yeah, that's actually very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy interesting. Okay, now can you tell me very briefly on your present role in Microsoft? Because there you told API kiya, either you did one application. What are you doing in Microsoft right now?
In Microsoft, I work as a senior software engineer. So basically, I have a team of 5 folks, who I'm responsible for. Basically, I'm supposed to drive the show, come up with the initiatives that are there. So if there is any new initiative that has to be done on the application which I'm currently working on, which is in the security space, I'm supposed to think through them, probably like simplify the complex problem that is there for the customer, simplify it, and then give it to the developers who are there, work with them that how you can basically build those applications.
So you're in the domain of security.
Yes, right now I am there. But that also involves application development. The domain is security, but I'm still on the same road on application development.
Nice. So we know that you have received certain recognitions like a Spot Award and a Business Excellence Award for your innovation. Now, what did these milestones mean to you personally and professionally?
So for the Spot Award, I received it when I was working with PayPal. And that was for the new initiative that I told you, that wherein I just started off and I quickly got the problem statement and I started working on it. And I think it was like 3 months into the project when I got it, because with the pace that I was going was like immense.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's where I got it. And the Business Excellence Award was with JP Morgan. And that was because I started off with a project which was a small baby, like 10 days old. And then you start working on it, right? And then there was working on AWS. Everyone was not aware of AWS. Even me, I was not aware of AWS. I'm just aware of how do you do cloud development. So it was like 1 year into the project. That is when I landed this, because of the amount of knowledge that I had on the product that I was working on. you need to understand the product as well. If you're
True.
going to come up with multiple initiatives for that particular product, you need to understand that. So that understanding, I got it, and then I was able to come up with the solutions.
Awesome.
That is where I got this award from JP Morgan.
Business excellence.
Yes.
So the next time you come, we will know what award you have bragged from Microsoft.
Yes.
How long you've been in Microsoft now, as on date?
As on date, I think it's been 3 months.
Oh, you're just very young in Microsoft.
Yes, very, very young.
Very young in Microsoft. So now all said and done, I'm just excited to know, how is AI transformation affecting your role, your workspace, the companies you're working with, and what change in the trends are you seeing, and how are you coping up with those trends, and how are you learning? We know you're a very good learner by now. So how are you learning and updating yourself in terms of AI in, what should I say, disruption in the industry?
So AI is definitely disrupting everything right now. So the problem which used to take probably like a day to solve, it might take around like 2-3 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
So to start off with, for AI, we recently had a hackathon wherein like we were supposed to come up with a solution using AI. So I was working on a project which was like on Azure AI Foundry. Basically integrate that with a Java application and then come up with a solution for the seniors who are present, and basically give them tips and tricks of how to catch up to the new age social media. Basically, I come up with these things from my uncle, aunt, that how do you basically go ahead and use WhatsApp? Some silly questions around social media, right? So I wanted to use AI to come up with a small solution for them. So that is how, when I started working on that application, I got to know how exactly you integrate an application with Azure AI Foundry and come up with the solution. So that's a learning that I had.
Nice.
So each place I go to, be it any company, I always look for the learning. Wherein I have something new to learn, I always go ahead and
explore.
I go ahead and explore over there. So that is one thing that I did. And right now we have M365 Copilot as well. So that is a Microsoft specific product that is there right now that we use for any development. And there is Copilot anyway there anytime, which helps us for any development.
Yes.
So
a lot of my children use that for their project, their assignment.
Copilot helps you in any which ways that is there. Give your personal problem also, it will suggest you something. So that is there. Mainly, one thing that I learned from using Azure AI Foundry and integrating it with my application, I got to know that, okay, now I just have to rely on Copilot to basically tell my problem, and they'll tell me that, okay, these are the number of APIs. This is how you could possibly go ahead and structure the UI, everything. So that is what is there. So right now, the main thing that a developer should have in his mind is how to ideate. Once you have an idea, putting it into a solution is far easier than how it used to be there before. That is one thing that I learned.
So ideation is important.
Yes.
And then when the system gives you some answers, you should know what is practical, what is relevant for you, and how you can take it and implement for your requirements.
Correct. And for that, you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Still, again, you need the knowledge of the subject.
Exactly.
The time is reduced. एक दिन का काम एक घंटे में, लेकिन the skill set requirement is the same, because again you have to do everything.
You need to be skilled. You need to know your thing. If you do not know it and you directly put into Copilot and then gives you some response, and then it will not work in production.
It will not work, right?
Sometimes it will not work in production. Probably it might throw you bugs which are not known to you.
Yeah.
You'll not be able to debug some things like that. Might happen.
Yeah.
So
and imagine it goes out and then big ruckus. Just now you told us, see, everything is not so simple, right? It's not a code they are executing in college that, if something goes wrong, they can go and fix it. It's going live, and customers are going to be using it, and the company reputation is at stake. So many things. There are competitors waiting for you to do one silly mistake, and you shouldn't be the reason for that mistake.
Because when the production issue comes up, right, it's a whole different ball game. You are on call with all the top leaders and you are supposed to do it live, debug it, come up with a solution, and then deploy it.
I don't think that's an easy place for anybody.
Yeah. So better do it properly in the development phase rather than finding out a bug in the production environment.
I'm just curious.
Hmm.
All these years, have you been thrown to the spotlight that way?
Yeah, it happened. But it was long time ago when I was working with HP.
Acha, there.
Yeah,
You learned there only.
there. Thank God. And
Didn't get thrown through the sharks here.
no. But here there is a lot. There are chances when that can happen.
Yeah, you never
But
know.
I have to be mindful that when
You are more prepared also, right?
I have to be. Otherwise, I'm on the spotlight.
Yeah, not a pleasant one though.
Yes.
Lovely. Now, you have had an inspiring journey from Canara Engineering to working with these global giants like HP, PayPal, JP, and now Microsoft. Looking back, what achievement of yours are you really proud of?
I think when I started off, even I did not know that probably I had this dream, like every engineer has, that one day I'm going to be one of those FANG companies.
Yeah.
That's what the developer dreams of. Even I had those dreams. But what I thought was, basically when you start off, you can have multiple rejections. You can have the only thing is you shouldn't be disheartened, and you have to give your best, and you have to just believe that okay, something good is going to happen to you for sure. So when you have that thing in your mind, you automatically upskill yourself, work on yourself on how to climb each ladder. So the main thing that I got to know out of like a decade into this industry is the journey itself is fulfilling. That itself is an achievement for me.
Wow.
Because I started from a startup, and then I went on to a product company, and then another one, and then another one, into investment banking, and now into Microsoft. So yeah, I always think that it's the journey that matters rather than the whole achievement. So right now I'm with Microsoft, but I always think that there's something more to you.
Absolutely.
You always need to discover yourself. Probably you can explore something very different out of you.
You never know.
You never know that.
Right? So you consider your entire journey an achievement because you've always been learning and delivering things.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's actually very deep. Very deep. It's very nice. So all said and done, that's always I tell my children, just the way app checks whether you are a robot or a human. We are all humans, and we should have something that helps us relax, unwind, and come out of this all workload. What is your stress buster? How do you relax?
Netflix, Hotstar, Prime.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
binge on series.
Yeah. So when I start off with a series, I always have this thing that I want to finish it in one go. I don't want a break in between that, okay, I'm going to finish it tomorrow.
Binge watching.
Yeah, I love binge watching.
You binge watch every Saturday, Sunday?
Yes, I do that.
I thought so.
So when usually when I cook or clean, I usually have something running by the side, and I'm
You're
constantly
cooking like that.
yeah. So I'm basically multitasking each time whenever I'm doing something.
Oh, nice. So let me decode here. Not complicated.
Yeah.
Monday to Thursday you work. Friday you have to learn something
Yes.
as per your company initiative. So you learn something. And then Saturday, Sunday you binge watch series.
Yes.
Wow.
Late nights as well. Mainly
You don't sleep those 2 days?
Kind of I do. But I start off from Friday late evening that I start off with. So usually what I do is Friday evenings I go play with my colleagues, my ex-colleagues from the companies, from the old companies.
Yes.
And then I go back home. Then I start, okay, which are the new series that have come up recently, any new movies? And then I start binge watching. And if it's really interesting, mainly the murder thrillers, that's what I am more interested towards.
Yeah, nice.
So that's what I go ahead and watch.
So you try to finish it by Saturday so you can have a good sleep on Sunday.
Until Sunday 12.
And then you sleep.
Yes, then.
What is your work schedule in Microsoft right now?
Okay, I usually start at 9:30ish
in the morning.
In the morning, and then it goes on till probably like 10.
Like a 12-hour schedule.
There is no, we are not having a designated time that you have to finish your work. You can like basically switch as to like, okay, I'm going to work in the morning, I'm going to work in the afternoon, but what I tend to do is from morning 9:30 until 5:30, I'm there in the office mostly.
Oh, nice.
And then I go back home, and then I'll have some calls. Basically, the collaboration with the folks who are not in India. And
nice.
then I have to go back, attend those meetings. And then when I get some feedback from them, then I have to go back and work on it the following day.
Fancy companies don't come easy. Yeah. So you know the timetable. So now looking ahead of all of this, what is your future goal? What are your future aspirations? Anything exciting? Any project you wish or you are planning to work on in the near future?
Okay, so right now it's a new initiative that I'm working with Microsoft, right? So going ahead, I would like to transition more onto the leadership role that is there, and along because all these years I've worked majorly on technical, so I want to be a technical and basically into management as well. That is where I want to transition towards. And when I landed up on this role in Microsoft, I think it was a perfect combination that I needed at the perfect time.
Lovely.
So that is where I want to transition going ahead.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to it. It's been 3 months, so
More excitement
yes,
on the way.
Yes.
Now, one important thing that I know Ankitha, who's in HP, I know Ankitha, JP Morgan, Ankitha, PayPal, Ankitha, Microsoft. But definitely, this Ankitha would have had a humble beginning. Can you just shed some light on what your beginning was and how
Okay.
you are here now?
Okay. So in Canara College, we have, like back then, I'm a 2014 pass out.
Right.
So we have these multiple companies which come in over here. They're like n number of companies that come here. So I started off with writing the exam for Infosys, rejected, gone. Capgemini, rejected. Tech Mahindra, rejected. And then I got into a humble startup which was called as I Create, and that was a 23rd company which I interviewed for. And on March 23rd is when I got the thing. When I just walked out of the room, they're like, "Yay, you're in." I'm like, "Oh yes, I'm here going to
Finally.
I finally did it." So every time I used to go to any interview, I used to be like, "इसमें हो जाना चाहिए." अगर नहीं हुआ तो people will ask ना, the relatives, fourth year, okay,
Still not placed?
Still not placed. Oh, okay. Still your studies are going on. That's what people come up and tell you,
Yeah.
right? So somewhere down the line, you'll be like in the corner of your heart, like, why are these people even asking me?
Yeah, you want to run away.
Yeah, that happens. So when this happened, 23rd company, I got the offer, and it was I Create, and it was a one-day long campus interviews that happened here in Canara, and I was the first one to be placed, like the last one to be placed, but the first one to get into the company. So 16th was the last day of my exam, and 18th
You reported.
Yeah, I reported there. And I was like, "Yay, I'm the first person,"
First one.
even though I got in late. So that was the very first thing that I started off with. And corporate journey, starting from there, was really, really difficult, because what you learn in the curriculum here and what you go ahead and work on is something different. You need to cope up with all of that. So that time I was in a training phase for about, like, I think 6 months. So there also we had to do a project. So what happens is, when you're in your curriculum, you have a project to do. You have helping hands.
Yeah, your friends.
Yeah, your friends are
teammates, project mates.
Yeah, project mates. When you're in a company, you will have to report to the manager, like, why this is not done? Why have you done it this way? You have no answers.
Right.
So you are basically put in an ocean, and they're like, swim. Right now, swim and show me. You can do it. Come on, do it. So that's how it starts. And then at the initial phase, there are many long hours that I had put in personally to learn the technology, learn the domain. So I started off with a startup which was I Create. And I must say, even now, I'm in touch with all the teammates who had worked back then.
Wow.
My manager, I'm still in touch with them. And then I moved on to HP after 2 years. Moving into HP, it was all like, it was again very difficult, because when you come from a startup, there is a different question that comes up to you, like, why do you want to join here? Like, what are the different shortcomings that you're having in your past company, and why do you want to make that move?
Mm.
So, and they were all face-to-face interviews long time ago. So wherein every Saturday you take your resume and go to different companies. Like, do you have a job? Do you have a job?
Yeah,
That's how it used to be.
True,
now,
true.
Now it's all online. And
online, right? You just mail it.
You just mail. HR comes up with the invitation, and you just go ahead and attend the
get
interview.
a link and you join.
Yeah, but those days, I still remember. I used to go in buses and go to the different tech parks and then go ahead and giving the interviews, and it's like insane amount of time that it takes. And when you're rejected, right,
heartbroken,
it is like, my entire day is wasted, my Saturday is wasted. You can't go ahead and, like, you don't get the time back, right?
Yeah, true.
So that is how it happens. But with online interviews, that is
streamlined.
Yeah, it's better now.
That's how, after a lot of rejections, we have the Ankitha that is sitting here.
Yes.
Who's learned and grown so much. So I don't know what to say. I'm in a kind of a trance. I'm sure my children who are going to watch this are going to ask deep questions to themselves, saying, okay, so learning is never ending. It is true.
And plus, you need to have that perseverance.
Perseverance.
Because when you get rejected 23 times, right, you get lost. You're like, maybe I'm good for nothing. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm not meant for any job, or maybe I'm meant for something else. That's what you start feeling.
Yeah, and being a girl, that's additional pressure.
And they're like, oh,
ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Happy birthday. Congratulations.
ಹುಡುಗ
ಜಾತಕ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಹುಡುಗ. That's all.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
If you had given up, you wouldn't have been where you are today.
Yes.
So that's important, right? Isn't it?
So when I went to my graduation ceremony, I actually had to take a leave and then go. Well, all the others who had interviewed and they got selected, they were still, like, they had
waiting
not joined.
For their offer letters.
They were waiting for it, and they were waiting for, like, I think 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, usually there is a joining date delay of 2-3 months once they're done.
Correct.
Lovely. So you are the one who are already working.
I was already working. Like, see, I took leave and I came.
Bacha, you don't know work life, you know.
Yes. That's how it was.
ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. You could say that dialogue to all, right? That's one fancy dialogue.
Yes. So back then, there were many companies which had come to Canara. I think around 100 companies that had come in 2014.
Lot of. Now it's just that you don't realize 100 plus companies coming, because earlier the drive was physical. Now, like you said,
it's all virtual.
Yeah, everything is virtual. You won't even know unless the company comes here for final round, or they ask children to go to the company for final round. That's how it's happening now. So
we used to see a lot of folks from other colleges coming here. And we used to be like, oh, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದಾ ಇಲ್ಲವಾ?
No. No, you don't see that.
No, we don't see that. It's all virtual, right?
It's all virtual. It's a world of virtuality. So awesome. Now we've done with everything. Now I think we have to play one exciting game just to lighten up the mood and brighten up the entire thing.
Okay.
So the game that my children have curated for you, it's a fun game called This or That.
Okay.
Now, whether you choose this or choose that, you have to tell us a fun incident related to whatever thing you choose.
Okay.
Okay? Are you game for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start.
Yeah. The first one is a laptop sticker or clean and classy.
So, yes, I have this, like, my team members also, they have these lot of stickers. So when I joined Microsoft also, they have given me n number of stickers. I'm like, what do you do with this? I just don't. No, I want it very clean, perfect, organized. That's what I am. But maybe the Gen Z kids, they love it. But I like it clean and sleek. Yeah.
Classy.
Yes.
Second question. Wi-Fi dropped during a meeting.
Okay.
Or camera accidentally dropped during a meeting.
Wi-Fi dropped during a meeting. So I remember this fun incident from when I was actually telling you about PayPal ads, right? So my team lead, whom I was working with, so when he was presenting this important demo to the leadership, his son went and unplugged the Wi-Fi cable and he had to actually apologize to the leadership. He's like, sorry guys, my son actually went and removed the cable. So sorry for that. So that is one fun incident that I remember
Yeah.
when you have asked this question.
Was the leadership generous about it?
Yeah, they were like, absolutely okay. We completely understand.
We have the kids too pulling
Yeah,
our cables
we do understand the situation.
Kids.
Yes.
Okay. The third one. You're a morning person or a midnight coder?
I'm a morning person.
Oh.
My brain switches off at 10 p.m. So you
Hmm.
have any calls after that, I'm like, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, totally, totally. But from within, I'm sleeping. I've dozed off. Guys, I'm just listening to you, but sort of not listening also.
Yeah. The next day morning you come back. Dude, you said something. Can you just run me back through it? So that's
Yeah,
when your
so
brain processes.
Probably like morning, I can start at 8. I
Hmm.
can start working. But night, usually I'm like 10 p.m. I'm just,
Switch off.
yes.
Awesome. So accidentally delete project or accidentally send wrong email?
Oh, wait, I have an amazing story for this one. So, accidentally send a wrong email. So, wrong email, or you can say probably a spelling mistake or something. So, we had this really, really important feature to be sent across, and the client was Docomo when I was working.
Yes, I remember Docomo phones.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
true,
So
true.
we had worked for that for Docomo, and back then
They're not there now, right?
they are not there now. But the project then moved on from Docomo to SoftBank. So we had the Japanese guys working with us. So they're very strict about anything. Okay, they do not tolerate any mistake. You take your time, but it has to be perfect.
Okay.
So me and the colleague whom I was working with, so we had to send out an email. So we were like, we tried, and we like both of us were seeing, looking at the screen, and probably it was like 9 p.m. or something.
Ouch.
And we were like, we have tired, and then instead of warm regards, we sent it as warm retards. so so basically, we are done after 9 p.m. We have struggled through the entire day. We're like, oh shit, how do you recall the mail? We're like, chalo yaar, jata hai. We did not even recall the mail, and it just,
You could actually do it.
we could do it. But we're like, we want to get done with this thing. We just want to finish it. So, tired and retarded. They're like, we know you guys are tired.
Definitely not retarded.
Yes. And we're like, the next day we come and see that. We're like, oh man, what did we do? So, that is one fun incident that I remember.
Yeah, it was actually fun. Great. Now, the fifth one. Meeting that could be email or email that could be meeting.
Meeting that could be email anytime.
Isn't it?
Yes, because it's when you are working with clients or probably your team who is offshore, it's better to be on. It's better to be on email because sometimes meetings can go too long, and then you do not have any time for anything else after that.
Or your deadlines, milestones. Yes. Yeah, agreed. I'll to choose that. The last one. Keyboard shortcut master or mouse wizard?
Keyboard shortcuts any day.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Tuck, 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 for everything.
That is always the best. Especially when you are with IntelliJ. Like I use IntelliJ for my development. So I feel that keyboard shortcuts any day. I started off with Eclipse, by the way.
Fantastic.
And now I'm on IntelliJ. And then on Visual Studio now.
That's exciting. With this, we come to a fantastic end of our podcast today. I wish we could speak for more hours. There's so much to learn from you, and I'm sure children watching will binge watch this podcast continuously. My children, you have to watch this, and there's so much things that you can actually note and work on, which pretty much we tell you on a daily basis and you never listen to us. Yeah, right. So listen it from the horse's mouth, implement it, progress and prosper, and try to bag an opportunity for yourself in such big companies. So thank you once again for being with us today. I'm really hoping in future we'll have you here on a bigger role, on a better role, or maybe as an entrepreneur with your own company, you coming here and hiring our children. That is your juniors.
Definitely.
Right? So, wishing you all the luck.
Thank you so
See you in
much.
future.
It was really
Thank you.
talking to you.
People, keep subscribed, keep following us, and watch out for more such exciting roadmaps for your career and your growth. Thank you. Ta-ta.